congratulations.
Thank
What
you
an
so much.
amazing movie, amazing performance.
Thank you so much.
Jordan said you are gay.
He told me on set like I couldn't have thought of a better Gabe. And, you know, it's a really great compliment, especially from a person like Jordan Peele, especially coming from a comedic background. One of the biggest joys for me on set was having him laugh when I would do something or say something. And there was a lot of trust on the set. You know, it was really great.
So do you try to be funny?
No, I think just leaning into the function of what Gabe's there to do. He's really there to also be the audience, so be a part of the action, but not totally defined by it, where he can actually make commentary about the situation. He's also there as the pressure release valve to turn down the tension when it gets too heavy. He's also there as the truth teller. He's there to say exactly what's happening, you know what I mean? And really leaning into that function and trusting Jordan when he says, I'm not gonna stop until I get it. So when I say cut, we got it. So it was that kind of thing, really just trusting the process.
Jordan also said, evil is us.
Mm.
Do you believe in that? Do you believe that in each one of us there is evil?
I think in all of us there's everything. And that was one of the really great joys of playing Gabe Wilson and playing Abraham, was that Gabe was never one thing. Gabe was an action hero to me. Gabe was a comedian. He was a lover, you know. He was romantic. He was thoughtful and very aloof. You know, he was everything all at once. And then on the opposite side of the spectrum, I thought Abraham was all those things as well. He was very thoughtful, deliberate. You know, he had a really deep sadness for me and represented a lot of sadness. And I never viewed him as actually a villain. I thought he was actually heroic. So I think we all have everything in us, and it's the circumstance and the, you know, scenarios that we're placed in that really brings this or that out.
We see in the movie, the movie has a lot of messages, and one of them is also facing our fears. Do you have in your time, like you said, do you have ever had a huge fear you had to face? And if so, are you a fighter or are you a runner? Did you run away or did you fight it?
I think the abstract, I stare into it and battle it and confront it. And then I have just really unrealistic fears. Like, I'm afraid of werewolves. So, you know, for that one, I'm a runner. You know what I mean? Like, it's very like nonsensical, but I'm afraid of werewolves.
You do know they don't exist, right?
I do, but I don't know. You know, I've never seen one. Have you?
No, but I know they don't exist.
How do you?
Because I would have seen one.
You see, you can't really tell. That's not really a good argument.
What else are you afraid of? What other fears do you have?
Other fears is really living a life that I have no effect on this world, on my world and my surroundings for the better. I want to change everything, you know?
Like what? Where would you start?
Where would I start? Well, I actually start with myself. I think the biggest thing that you can change is how you listen, how you see the world, looking at things from different point of views, and never giving up on enriching your own mind, taking in as much information as possible. I think that's how you change the world. Because if you could look at the world with a lot more empathy, you could understand each other, you could understand each other's flaws and strengths. I think that's part of the biggest flaw of Gabe Wilson, is that he wasn't a good listener to his wife. He never listened. I think that's one of the strengths of Abraham, is he's, as a result of not being able to see very well, he listens very closely, and he's a better partner. Gabe is a husband, Abraham is a partner. And for me, it's that really can change the world.
You're right, definitely listening.
Yes.
You should have that a lot more.
Yes.
Another message in the film is like, the perfect American family, living the perfect American dream. in your eyes, what is your perfect American dream, or what was ever your perfect American dream when you grew up?
I'm living it. I'm living my perfect dream, and my dream is to start conversation, to be able to work with people I respect, who are thinkers, and who are deliberate, and who are thoughtful. You know, just that's my dream, and my dream is to change the norm. Is to help us evolve. That's my dream. You know, it's to listen. That's my dream, and I'm getting to exist and live in it. But the film is also about the perils of the American dream, and how insecure it is, you know, that it doesn't protect you, you know, to some degree, being that comfortable, being that stuck in, you know, what am I going to look at on my phone, what new house I can get, what keeping up with the Joneses, you know, what do my neighbors have that I don't. That makes you lose awareness of real danger. That makes you lose awareness of yourself. That makes you stop questioning your surroundings and the people who live and sleep in your own bed. You know, I think that's really what it is. You know,
I think it's so fast-lived.
Yeah, and that your glass house doesn't really protect you.
Really quick, something fun in the end. If you would see your own doppelganger in front of you now, what are the worst characteristics or behaviors you have as a person? What makes you run away from you, and what would draw yourself to you?
Jeez, that's a good question. No pressure, right? I think I would be drawn to their focus. And I'm pretty sure they'd be really focused, but I'd be afraid of what that thing that lives in my shadow would look like, what that thing that doesn't get to come out and manifest and bear itself in honesty to the world, how it could manifest and what it could look like. That would scare me.
And what would draw you to you?
What would draw me to me, I think, is the intensity of it, the focus of it. I think whatever that thing is would have to be incredibly focused to have made it out.
Let's hope it's not a werewolf someday.
I know. I think it is a werewolf. Yeah.